What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Rainnite Gaming. I'm Rainnite, and it's time to take a look at some meta decks. In these videos, I like to find really cool decks online and bring them to you guys that they did really well in tournaments, so you guys could either improve the decks that you're playing or just take these lists and see how they work for you. This week's video, I have all subscribers because my subscribers are freaking amazing. If you guys want to have a chance of being in the next Meta Watch, head over to my Discord, go to the Meta Watch Decks section, probably title that better, and drop in your deck list and a brief, description of what you did, maybe even how your deck plays, all that kind of stuff. I love reading that thing, and everyone on my Discord really loves bouncing ideas off of each other. It's a really good time. Jumping right into our list because we have 8 and a YouTuber highlight to go into here. So I'm going to try to speed through these, because, it's a lot of deck lists. If you guys like any of these deck lists and want to get like the full lists or just ask about them, make sure to go over to my Discord. Everyone's more than happy to talk about why they played stuff, all that kind of good stuff. But first up, we've got Cobra's friend, not Cobra. And he's also giving a shout out to CoachSK for helping him get this idea of the deck together. This thing's super nasty. You're going to see at least one more build of Big O in this list because Big O is really good. It's just one of those hyper control decks that, uses your blockers early on to just get to that late game. And then once you get to that Big O and like full armor and all that kind of stuff, you just take over the game because your Big O is resting stuff and your other things are blocking. You're getting so much repair, all that kind of good stuff that it's just oppressive. And he's also playing the popper base, which is kind of cool, and the resting base. So just more control on top of control, not playing those passive bases. He wants his bases to do something right then, which is really awesome. A little bit of search, a little bit more control, a bunch of pilots that give him a bunch of stats. And yeah, it's a really good deck. I don't like playing against it. Now, since Cobra did such a good job, Cobra's friend did such a good job, we're going to highlight Cobra. And he won an NTC with this nasty purple-white build. Not a lot of white, not a lot, just, one card. 3, I guess. But, this is that Burple Lupus build that has just been doing really good in the format. Because it has enough early game that it doesn't always get ran over by those hyper aggro strategies. And once you get into your Lupus, you just take over because this hyper mill strategy lets you mill so many cards. You could have 4, 5 activations of Lupus when you get him out there, and that's just a ton of damage. You're able to just take out entire boards because not just Lupus doing all his damage, but by the time you get up there, all of your ping damage has been really whittling down the opponent. If they do have any units that are kind of like sitting up there, they may only have 2 HP left, so it's just 1 pop. Also, because of all this ping damage, you are able to get some of those 5 health units down to 4. So then it's just a 2 activation of Lupus to get rid of them. Also, he plays the prettiest of alt arts and rarities and things like that. Although, hey man, what's up with the no alt art Mikazuki? What's up with that? Hey, come on, get your game on. Just kidding. Okay, big congratulations to you. Now we're gonna jump into our highlight of the week. I'm going to be highlighting CoachSK. I know I've highlighted his YouTube before, but this one is more about his actual coaching services. If you guys want anything to help with your competitive mindset towards games, focusing in, improving fundamentals, deck building, all that kind of stuff, he is the guy for you. You can head over to his Discord or my Discord, whichever one you want to do, and go in there, ask him about things. He'd be more than happy to talk to you about, what he can do for you as a coach. I'll put his pricing structure up here. It's like $40 for a single, $350 for a combo, ask for details, and $975 for long-term coaching, which is about 12 weeks. It's really cool. He's very in-depth. You can also check out all the testimonials on his Discord. A lot of people that have really improved their game by taking advantage of coaching services. One really cool thing about coaching services I don't think people kind of think about a lot is it's really good to get that outside mindset of, in your head, you can really get stuck in certain ways of thinking. And this person coming from the outside in can really correct some problems that you may not be seeing. And plus, he's just had a lot of success. You can check out his testimonials, some people that have had success because of him. I picked out a short one to read to you guys just because bad at reading and it's a short one. I've got one from Brew Holmes. CoachSK got me prepared for my first 2 NTCs last year. I ended up placing second for the first one and then got first the one after. He really goes above and beyond to help those who really want to improve. He knows how to turn your mindset into a grind set. Laughs. Thanks for the help, homie. Super cool. If you guys are interested in this kind of stuff, I will put links in the description below, and you guys can go ask him. He's very open about answering any kind of questions you guys might have. If you want to do that, or if you just want to ask some other questions, he'll be there for you. So go ahead and check that out if you guys want to get better at your gaming. Now we've got Zhang. Zhang, who put a nice picture of himself on there, so I'm going to highlight his picture. Very handsome guy. And he was playing White Red Ping, Nasty Ping. This deck is gross. It is, all that early game white to get you to that high end, and then you're just playing all of the crushing effects. You've got high maneuver with some ping damage, suppression with some ping damage, and suppression with some ping damage. It's one of those things that is just gross. This deck will actually probably get even better in GD04 because there's some more stuff coming out for full frontal, so big ups to that. This guy said he won a huge, it was 5 rounds with a top 8, so 3 more rounds. And he went 4-1 in Swiss and then dominated the top rounds. And he also won 13 other tournaments with variations of this deck. So if you guys want to play a good deck, this one's probably pretty good because he is crushing it out there. All my subscribers there, they're just crushing it. If you guys want to come to my Discord and just kind of bounce questions off people, everyone's super friendly. It's all about having a good time, learning the game of Gundam, and just kind of having a fun community. So hop over there, talk to these guys, maybe ask Zhang why he plays certain things in his deck, because I'm sure he knows what he's talking about. We've got Otako. They are playing Purple White again, but this one's a little different. This isn't quite the hyper mill that the other one was. It does still have a lot of mill because you do want to feed your Lupus. This does play a bunch of more well-rounded cards a little bit. So you are going through your curve. You've got your blockers, and you've got your suppression. It plays the Gundam Freedom with suppression, which is kind of cool to see. It just lets you have, some a little bit different options and a little bit more option having that blocker in there. So pretty darn cool. Does play the new base from SD09, which is really awesome. I am liking that base quite a bit. Then the one from the other structure deck is going to boost up your attack, which is really cool. Striker packs, searchers, a little bit of interruption, and of course his pilots. Very cool deck. I do love this build. I just love Purple White. It's really cool. Check out my build last week if you guys want to see my version of the build. You can see that on the channel, and it does pretty darn good too. Next up, we've got Pink Jedi Guy again. Again, I have so many people that are so much better at the game than I am over there. He is playing Blurple, but this is a Blurple with a little bit of a twist. This is the Impulse version. If you guys wait till just a little bit later in the week, I have my version of this deck coming out that I played at locals this weekend. You guys can see that. It's a little bit more aggro version than this version. He likes to play a slightly more defensive version of the deck. Obviously, you do play all the stuff that makes Purple really good, but then mixing in that extra stuff from the new starter deck, you've got Blast, which is going to give you that more blocking, which is really cool. And of course, Impulse, which is going to help you recur things, and Force Impulse, which is going to help you recur things. And also, he's just a really big body. So you're getting 2 units that have 5 DPS on them, which is really awesome. And then you're just obviously trying to get cards back in your hand, back on the board. It really helps with the deck because a lot of these aggro style decks or purple style decks have a little bit of trouble with keeping cards because they only have 2 draw cards and they are slightly later in the game, so sometimes these decks can get starved out, and that can really help them keep moving steadily. So really cool. Second to last, we've got another NTC winner, and he won a double box NTC, and that's from Leon. Is it Leon? Leon. Yeah, Leon 52. And he is playing a purple blue, another purple deck, but with some different stuff in here. It's kind of cool. He is playing 4 of the vanilla Grandpa Gundam, which you don't see. He does give you those added stats, which could be really pretty helpful. A big 4 health booty can also be really nice when you're playing these decks that ping yourself. This is going to let you, ping yourself and not worry about it too much, simply because you're going to have so much health because of that built-in stats from being a vanilla. Plays 1 more searcher in there. Doesn't play just the 2 of Show of Resolve that you usually see. Base-wise, he is playing quite a few bases. I think he's playing, 6? The 2 Corsica, the 1 that boosts attack, and paying white base. White base is a cool, interesting idea put in there, simply because, as I said in the last one, they have trouble running out of cards, running out of units. This can kind of help you. If you can get the thing to stick, you're going to be able to pay the 2 and just put another token out there instead of spending your cards to put out there. So then you're able to build more of a hand. So then when you go Zerg style near the end of it, you have the cards to do that. Getting into our last deck of the week. I know it's been a lot of decks, but a lot of people are doing really good. This is Damien. Damien is playing blue-white blocker, big O, and yeah, deck's really good. But you can see this one's a little bit different than the one you saw earlier. This one is playing quite a few pilots. This is playing 3 Amuro, then 4 and 3. So a lot of pilots, but Big O wants to get to that end game and then, use its pairing effects to just dominate because it's using all these early blockers, early control cards to get to that end game where Big O just takes over, gets out there, rests stuff, and you just can't do anything because it's just that big grind of once they get to the late game, you just can't do anything. And this is a really fun build of it. If you guys like this build, if you like the other builds that I showed, let me know in the comments down below what you guys like to play. What are you guys enjoying? But pretty cool. Big ups to Damien and big ups to all of the winners out there that submitted their deck lists. I love seeing it from you guys. But that's going to be it for me today. Hopefully you guys like these videos. Hopefully you go down, like, subscribe, go over to the Discord if you want to have some fun chatting with some people. Or you can be a channel member. Help this old man pay for his bills. Okay, you guys know what I always say. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. And I'll see you in the next one. See ya.